We're talking numbers today. You're going to want to stay to the end of this week's video update. I'm Steve Reinharz, CEO of your favorite ticker, AITX. 1, 2, 3, 6, 1,000, 115,000, and 1 billion. Those are going to be the numbers we're going to talk about today. But first, housekeeping. Tomorrow, Ask Me Anything, noon Eastern, via YouTube. Join the Discord. Follow us on YouTube so you don't miss anything. It will be live streamed. It'll be recorded, available for playback. So that's tomorrow at noon Eastern. July 18th at the Rex Investors Open House. Filling up really nicely. Really nicely. And our registration form, it says, hey, why do you want to come? And just such great comments. We've got the best shareholders, you know that, and it's awesome. The third piece of housekeeping is hello and welcome to all the new fans, investors, followers. There's a great community here, great community at AITX. Lots of communication. You will learn. You will obviously learn about the company, but you might learn something about the market, about investing as well, by following. So welcome. There's a link below to kind of an intro on AITX. So if you're new, welcome and check it out. 1, right? The first number of our 6 numbers we're going to go through. Number 1, we will be revealing a major customer sometime in the next, hopefully a couple weeks. Okay, hopefully 2-3 weeks. We'll see. They verbally approved it. We're sending a press release for their final approval, and that'll be cool. So can't say more. Maybe some of you already know the client, maybe you don't. Either way, to have it stamped officially and talk about their new orders will be awesome. So that's number 1. Number 2, there's 2 new solutions that we've been working on. I've talked about them. One of them is Rio. The second one you might know about, but I'm not going to really talk about it that way. But in any case, I want to share, they will not be revealed next week at the Rex Open House. Okay, so just want to set expectations. They will not be revealed. Now, one of them, Rio, challenges a market that I estimate at about $500 million a year. I bring this up repeatedly because it's the first time we've gone after something where in customers' minds they have an equal comparable. And we blow equal comparable away. So I'm really excited about that. I think it has the potential to do some immediate impact on sales this fiscal year. So that's cool. Talk about it because I want to share about it. The second item of the 2, I think, has something that has some real viral potential, which helps us all. So that's cool, right? So that's number 2. Number 3, we've got 3 really awesome videos coming out. 2 of them will be shared at the 7/18, at the July 18th Rex event. But they're awesome. They're going to help us on sales. They're going to help us on investor understanding and engagement. You're going to help shake things up. So keep your eyes open for those. Oh, you will. You'll see them. Okay. Next number, 6. It has been 6 years since RAD was founded. Woohoo! Congratulations. I think everybody kind of knows the statistics on how long businesses last. If you last this long, probably going to last a lot longer, which is awesome. So I want to share that with you. Have a little anniversary cheer. So woohoo, 6 years. False start, ups and downs, financial engineering, building trust with retail. Been quite a ride. I thank you. Our company thanks you. I think your other investors thank you. Clients thank you. We're doing great things. Moving along, we're making time. We're making time, which is good because there's much to talk about. 1,000. 1,000 is the next number on the list here. I have confidence now with our sales team and sales leadership to issue projections that may include the number 1,000. And this brings us into this new category. I've been clear up until now that we have our foot on the gas in research and development and, that type of growth, building our tech, building our IP. And I've been relentless on saying, people, what about profitability? I'm like, that's not, we gotta get this stuff done. Now we're coming up on that next step in the business cycle where I can say I have a path to profitability, where I can say we have stability and productivity in the team. That means we don't have to add to the SG&A like we have over the last couple of years. So more details will be revealed in a press release sometime in the next few weeks or so, but it's going to be, very concise, a really solid set of projections, and I think that's big news. So big news. You haven't heard me say that before. Talking about sales, just a sidebar real quick, our firearm detection analytic. It's so easy, it's so crazy, and people say I'm impatient, and in many things I am impatient. I'm impatient when we come up with a solution that's awesome, that is in, national headlines every day as a solution being needed, and we don't have 10,000 devices sold yet. Yeah, it's been like a week. Where's my 10,000 orders? Anyway, we're hitting press hard. We're hitting a select list of schools hard. We're exhibiting at the past 6 weeks or so. We've had a few exhibits at some school resource officer conferences and campus security conferences. So the word is out there. I don't know how long procurement takes, budget cycles and all that, but I want to let you know that's a huge potential item for us. I want that solution everywhere because it does good work and it can actually save lives, which is amazing. So, okay. Let's do one more quick sidebar. The QB, I think I tweeted yesterday or Thursday, I said, hey, we're making progress. We are making progress. We have satisfied their last list of requests, which included a no-bo list, which is a list of effectively all shareholders. And it's amazing because it has the names too. We'll talk about that in a minute. But anyway, what can happen next? More or less one of three things. They say, hey, AITX, what you submitted is great. We love it. No comments. Boom, here's your stamp. You're on the QB effective XYZ date. Definitely a possibility. From my perspective, I don't have any reason to believe that it's going to be anything else than that. I don't have any red flags, yellow flags, anything that I've seen. So from my perspective, that's how it should go. But second option, ask for more information. Ask for more information. I don't know. I can't control it. Third option is they come up with some reason why we're not going to go on the QB. Again, I don't think that'll be the case, but I don't know. It's an option. I got to share it with you. That's where we're at on the QB. Next number, 115,000. 115,000. There are 115,000 people today that own AITX stock. That is almost unbelievable. If I didn't see it on the no-bo list, which is 10 megabytes long, I wouldn't believe it. 115,000 people. That's massive. When I got the numbers, I have a small circle of people that advise me on Pubco related issues, right? Issues related to the Pubco. And I was like, hey, how many investors do you think we have, active holding shareholders? Like, the consensus was 5 to 10,000. 115,000, of which the top 20,000 on average hold almost 200,000 shares. What? Our top 75 shareholders, thank you very, very much, guys and girls. Thank you very, very much. Have huge numbers. So it's important to share this because we're widely held, which I think is one of the reasons why we have relative stability on the stock price. Whereas you've seen lots of other stocks, Big Board and OTC, have wild volatility. If you look at us over the last 3 months, we've been trading in a fairly narrow channel. I think that's because people see the value, and when it hits a number, they buy it. And I appreciate that. We all appreciate that. 115,000 people. That's unbelievable. Okay, last number. I hope you're listening. 1 billion. effective Monday morning, the 14C, there'll be a 14C amended filed before opening, saying that we're increasing the authorized by 1 billion shares. Okay, now, everybody listen, because it's awesome, okay? Number one, somehow we missed it in the filing on Friday. It's so dumb. I don't know how me, 3 other people on the team, like we're all professionals, been doing this for years, working on all these other elements of the 14C, and the one thing that we wanted to include, we didn't include. It's mind-blowing. Anyway, we're fixing that today, filing it Monday morning. Now, what does this mean, right? In the short term, this means nothing. Nothing's going to happen when this thing is filed. Those shares will not be available to sell for at least 30 days, probably 31 days, maybe more, you don't know. Okay, so nothing's going to happen immediately. So just know that. I want you, if you're concerned about this, I want you to check some of the other tickers that you're either in or that you've been in. And the reason is that many tickers have billions and billions of shares available between their authorized and outstanding. A huge ability to sell more shares and dilute. And I chose not to do that. I chose not to do that for a few reasons. Number one, you're going to hear more about our path to profitability. Why is that important? I can raise different money different ways. Maybe I don't raise any money. Maybe we just live off what we eat, off what we kill, so to speak, right? So I don't want to add 15 billion shares. There's no point, right? I have a relationship with you, committed for responsible minimal dilution, which is what we've practiced over the past year, over the past 2 years since we did our debt reconciliation. So check other stocks, because a lot more capacity for dilution on other ones. Anyway, let's say that if we sell all these shares, let's say that these billion shares get sold. Let's say it happens over 24 months, which, depending on the share price, could be a reasonable direction. What's the worst that's going to happen? The worst that's going to happen is there's 1 billion shares added, and it effectively means a 16% dilution to what you have. 16%. Tell me that with the money and the growth and the time and everything we're doing, that our company isn't going to appreciate more than 16% over 24 months, right? So just think about that, right? We're not dumping 1 billion shares in the market. They're going to drip in over time, and worst case at the end of it, if you don't buy another share, you're diluted 16%. This is not bad when you consider what we can do with that money, well more than 16%. I wrote a note here. I said, hopefully we turn that 16% into 1,600% or more. We shall see. We shall see. Along those lines, and going back to my relationship with retail, people that I trust very, very much that are in my small pubco circle, they advised me. They said, go to 10 billion. And I was like, why? They're like, well, just deliver the bad news, and get on with it. I'm like, I'm not delivering bad news. I said, I'm delivering good news. And I'm not telling our shareholders that says some, unlimited pot of dilution out there. I'm saying, this is what we're doing. This is our plan. This is what it means. And try to give some certainty in an uncertain world. So that's where we're at. We're at 1 billion. Think about it. If we break through 10 cents, 15 cents, 20 cents, the amount of money that we'll raise from that, pay off the debt, right? Clean up the balance sheet, prep for NASDAQ, right? Like these are all good things. So it's 1 billion that's going to be handled responsibly, as you have seen me handle dilution responsibly over the past year. In hindsight, I should have used that S3 more when our stock price was 3-4 cents. But I'm with you. I think there's 10 cents up ahead, 15 cents and greater, so I'm holding back. So I could, get more money when we do sell a share. Anyway, Monday press release is going to cover this. What we need is, I need our fans, followers, investors that have watched this far to internalize this and be ready, after this video is launched, to go on the offensive against the FUD and nonsense that'll come down. Now, I'm not overly worried because we have a great investor base and we have a great army and community that's going to read this and understand this. Anyway, that's where we're at, guys. I hope everybody has a great weekend. I hope to see you tomorrow on the AMA. Stay safe.